Welcome to In Focus with Silvana Pavlovska. Today is Saturday, the 13th of April, 2024. We'd like to share with you an opinion from a person by the name of Mr. ORDAN Andreevski, who is a member of the advisory board of the United Macedonian Diaspora. He's also a member of the advisory board of Naša Makedonija, Australia. And the paper that he has prepared, which I'd like to share with you this evening, is a guide. That's the name of it. It's a guide for the Macedonian diaspora for the 2024 Macedonian presidential and parliamentary elections from a diaspora activist and ethics perspective. So the document, which was provided to In Focus with Silvana Pavlovska very short while ago, today that is, reads the following. The presidential and parliamentary elections in Macedonia in 2024 are a great opportunity for the Macedonian diaspora in Australia, North America, South America, and across Europe to mobilize politically and financially. The aim is to transform Macedonian foreign and domestic policies in support of better social, economic, and political outcomes for all Macedonians in a complex, interdependent, and fast-changing world. We, the people of Macedonia in the diaspora, have a right and an obligation to play a positive role in advancing our rights and safeguarding Macedonia's endangered future. We cannot be excluded from the democratic process by anyone, by apathy, by bureaucratic means, or foreign influence and propaganda. Our voices matter, and we have the capacity to implement our vision and demands. Our challenge is to raise pressing issues like the ones that have been outlined. We will outline them shortly for you, so loudly and effectively that they cannot be ignored by the major and the minor parties competing for the presidential and the parliamentary elections in 2024 and beyond. We have to create a new democratic contract for the next Macedonian government to take action. There are high stakes for the Macedonian diaspora in 2024 presidential and parliamentary elections. These are identified as 10 pressing issues that make up a framework for democratic innovation in the 2024 Macedonian elections. 1. The urgent need for Macedonia to unilaterally terminate the Prespa agreement from 2018. The agreement is unconstitutional and unethical. It delegitimizes and self-destructs the Republic of Macedonia. We demand Macedonia to revert to its democratic constitutional roots from 1903, 1943, and 1991, including its name, flag, and other acts that were designed to protect our core national interests: freedoms, language, identity, human rights, and democracy. Macedonia must respect the democratic wishes of the Macedonian people at the referendum in 2018 and the wishes of the diaspora that strongly rejected the Prespa agreement. This is not negotiable, says Mr. ORDAN Andreevski. Number 2, the need to critically review the true costs and benefits of joining NATO and the EU. This is important given the inhumane lived experiences of Macedonia with the integration process. It can be described as a gas chamber for our identity, democracy, and human rights. Instead of servility to the unipopular world disorder of the G7 dictatorship, Macedonia needs to look at much better options by following the Swiss and the Singaporean models of democracy and development and joining the BRICS. Macedonia has been bullied and lied to by new despots in the West every day since 1991 through our own political, educational, and economic system. The major and some minor parties in Macedonia must stop acting like marionettes to NATO and the EU and abandon the crumbling dictatorship. Macedonians in the diaspora, like most citizens in the West, have had enough of permanent wars, sanctions, huge price increases, deindustrialization and disempowerment by unelected oligarchs and corporate cartels from the military, industrial and financial sector and neocons and neolibs. 3, urgent need to transform the Macedonian legal system to protect the Macedonian constitution and the democratic rights of all, especially the Macedonian majority. We must end the disproportionate representation by Albanian extremists. All political prisoners must be released immediately who defended the Republic of Macedonia in 2017 and later. Number 4, lack of diaspora political representation in Macedonia, with not even one Macedonian from the diaspora in the previous Macedonian parliament. Sadly, there's not one member of the Macedonian diaspora standing as a candidate in the forthcoming presidential and parliamentary elections in 2024. 5, urgent need to transform the educational system to protect the Macedonian identity, the culture, history, values from foreign interference from unelected despots in the EU. 6, need to deregister political parties like the SDS and DUI and hold to account for a litany of crimes and actions which undermined our democracy and international reputation. 7, VMRO, the Permanent Coalition must start serving the unmet needs and the interests of the nation. The political culture must change for the better. 8, the urgent need to transform the economy by making it sustainable, prosperous, and integrated with regional and global supply chains. The environment and the health system must be made fit for purpose and to high levels of quality. 9, transform the Macedonian political system and culture and the public service based on quality, ethics, and merit, and ban political appointments and corruption. There's an urgent need to rebuild trust in government, parliament, and political parties in the Republic of Macedonia. 10, terminate the harmful and illegal agreements like the one with Bulgaria and shonky acts of parliament like the law for bilingual usage. Criteria for selecting suitable candidates in the Macedonian presidential and parliamentary elections. There are many opportunities for all Macedonians in the diaspora, especially the younger ones, more educated and aspirational generation, to carefully think who they will vote for in the Macedonian elections in 2024 and beyond. This should be based on 3 criteria. First, they need to engage with the candidates for both elections on where they stand in relation to the 10 most pressing issues. These make up a framework for democratic innovation in 2024 Macedonian elections. In particular, where does their party stand on the legitimate issues raised by the diaspora? Second, they need to ask the candidates what value have they delivered to Macedonia in the previous term of government. Have they acted in an ethical manner, and what impact have they had? Third, if there are new candidates, they need to explain how they will provide better outcomes than their predecessors and opponents. Through the position of president and/or member of parliament, they are well positioned to make a positive contribution by having access to the Macedonian parliament and to political leaders, policy debates, policy advisors, and to various international stakeholders. Practical steps for organizing the Macedonian diaspora for the elections in 2024. 1. Encourage the diaspora organizations to host an online candidate forum in their electorate and a leaders forum. The candidates will talk about solutions to issues of concern and unmet needs in the Macedonian diaspora. 2. Invite all the political parties in the Macedonian parliament to publish a position paper on the 10 pressing issues that make up our framework for democratic innovation in the 2024 Macedonian elections. Number 3, encourage Macedonian organizations and individuals to engage in shaping national, parliamentary, and public policy debates in Macedonia and abroad through traditional and social media campaigns. This can include writing opinion pieces, letters to the editor, starting online petitions, posting questions on television, radio, and online. 4, invite contributions from individuals, families, businesses, and organizations for a campaign for democratic innovation in 2024 in Macedonia. 5, encourage Macedonians in the diaspora to volunteer during the election in support of their preferred candidates. Encourage the diaspora to publicly recognize, celebrate, and reward those presidents and members of parliament that have played a significant and positive role in advancing Macedonia relations with the world and the Macedonian diaspora. 7, encourage all eligible Macedonian voters to enroll to vote through the Macedonian Electoral Commission. 8, motivate Macedonians, especially youth and professionals, to join political parties of their choice and to eventually stand for parliament. 9, expand the size and influence of parliamentary friendship groups in Macedonia and where the diaspora resides. 10, develop strategic alliances with diverse multicultural communities, think tanks, and civil society organizations that share our values and social justice concerns with Macedonia and its diaspora. 11, hold workshops on how to increase the Macedonian diaspora's ability to meet its political objectives in 2024 and beyond by examining its capability to manage change and build community resilience and collective impact through leadership, strategy, and implementation systems, processes, and budgets. 12, establish a global network for Macedonian diaspora political innovation. 13, remove all barriers to participation in Macedonia's democracy and elections. At the moment, most people in the diaspora are prevented from voting through a wicked array of obstacles like having a valid passport with the fake name. 14, recognize that the Macedonian diaspora is made up of people and communities that identify as Macedonian and support Macedonia irrespective of whether they have citizenship. How is it that so many refugees from Kosovo have granted or were granted voting rights even though their political parties don't recognize the Macedonian constitution, the flag, the president, or they support the KLA? It is up to everyone in the diaspora to become politically active and have a sense of shared responsibility for achieving positive democratic outcomes. The definition of insanity is to repeat the same mistakes and to expect the results to be different. That is why competition for the presidential and parliamentary elections must be increased by giving newer parties more leverage than ever before based on informed and strategic voting. That was an opinion by Mr. ORDAN ANDREEVSKI, who is a member of the advisory board of the United Macedonia Diaspora, an international organization, and the member of the advisory board of Naša Makedonia from Australia, a newly established organization. Well, that was the opinion, and I might just also add that this evening there is an important meeting. They are calling it a panel discussion, and that panel discussion is on these very issues that ORDAN ANDREEVSKI has been talking about. And I'll give you the full details in a minute. And if you are able to make it, please do so this evening. It is very important to have debates and to hear people speak. There will be a number of speakers who are going to address those who will be in attendance this evening. And it's organized by Naša Macedonia, panel discussion, and the topic is Macedonia, where to from here? Looking back, looking forward. The panelists are Dr. Pandora Petrovska, Dr. Ico Najdovski-Perin, Mr. Ordan Andreevski, Jordan Ristovski, and Elena Sekulovska. Moderated by Živan Rendev, keynote speaker being David Cvetkovski, who is current president of the Macedonian Soccer organization, the Lions. This is all happening at 7 p.m. this evening at the Preston Lions Soccer Club. And there is a fee for entry. It's $15. People who wish to join Naša Macedonia organization are welcome to talk to the organizers there. There is reference here that membership is $50 if people are interested in joining the organization. This flyer also mentions that all proceeds go to fund archaeological research in Macedonia. For more information, you can contact admin at nashammacedonia.au. Naša Macedonia is spelled NASHAMAKEDONIJA. So admin at nashammacedonia.au, it says. .com, AU is missing, but anyway, we will find that out this evening. So if you're interested, come and say hello, won't you? I'll definitely be present. So thank you once again for viewing this very important message, this opinion, and this announcement regarding the meeting tonight. It's very encouraging that there are people here who do care and are organizing this event, and I'm looking forward to covering this event this evening. So see you there.